Hey guys, it's Torte de Lini. Here with some great news for the Dota 2 community. Valve just announced during their Lunar New Year celebration update that they just banned thousands of cheaters who were using a program called OverPlus. This comes after their last update where they took measures to stomp out like over 90,000 smurfs in September, and then gave a stern warning to those who may or not have smurf accounts to, stop using it. And then they banned also during Christmas break anyone who were caught using booster services to improve their behavior score. A very notable example is the famous former EG player Mason getting banned or losing his account for using booster services because he was unfortunately that toxic. Now it seems that those cheating using this OverPlus program have received a VAC ban on their account, preventing them from playing Dota 2 and effectively rendering their accounts worthless even if they have any cool cosmetics and skins. So for anyone curious on what OverPlus does, it effectively allowed you to see and automatically ban heroes that players were popularly playing or were potentially very good at playing, even if that player had their data information set to private in the Dota settings. So typically sites like DotaBuff or OpenDota wouldn't be able to log or track a player's match history or win rate or successes with a hero, but OverPlus circumvented that and was still able to provide key drafting advantages for you and your team, which was obviously unfair for those who are playing against it. And this was even before the game started. Just a heads up, the OverPlus is not Overwolf's Dota Plus. At one point or another, the developer of Overwolf's Dota Plus did have a similar feature in like 2022 as this cheating program called OverPlus, but he removed it many moons ago when Valve had made attempts in the past to anonymize players during the draft phase. And this is why at the moment you can no longer inspect a player's profile during the draft of any match, specifically because of the steps Valve tried to put forward to prevent this kind of investigation, we'll call it, against your opponents. So the story goes is that apparently OverPlus has been around for a long time, but only recently have we been seeing players being banned for actively using it. Turns out that Valve actually has been tracking these cheaters for weeks, filling their coffers with hundreds of thousands of cheating players to VAC ban with this latest Lunar New Year update. So they wrote essentially, in keeping with the spirit of giving theme, we have another gift for almost everyone. We've rolled out some new cheat detection code. Well, actually, we rolled it out a few weeks back, and we've spent the time since accumulating quite the set of cheaters. You'll probably notice fewer of them in your games as the automatic ban wave rolls out. And man, they weren't really lying, man, but I think they a little bit undersold how many cheaters they banned. Apparently a massive, large Russian community of 150,000 OverPlus users have been banned, and the Steam forums and the Discord servers are going into absolute meltdown, and it's just fantastic to see. I am personally enjoying it. I don't know about you guys, but it's fantastic. Apparently, even some professional players have been caught, like the top player on the Chinese server has been receiving a VAC ban, as well as 20 other pro players, according to this Twitter post. Maybe you haven't heard some of these guys. That's all right. I haven't heard some of them either. Some of them already previously banned from events, for example. But what about this former Na'Vi coach and now coach for Dendy's B8 team, Mag? He's also received a VAC ban for using OverPlus. But he claims, however, that he only accidentally heard about it and checked it out for statistical purposes. And he says he's never played a game with it. Well, it seems that even for statistical reasons or for outright ruining some games, it doesn't matter. You will still receive a VAC permanent ban. That may be the end of the story for a lot of banned cheating players, but the developers of this OverPlus declared war on Valve and vengeance for their fallen clients who are more than pissed at the consequences of their actions. The developer claims they were holding back, but now no more, and vowed to take things even further against Valve, Dota 2, and the community. I don't know why. The communities are the ones that truly suffered, but they write, in general, the outcome was logical. Over the course of almost 5 years, we've grew an audience, I assume this is their voice, and gained muscle through each player. We became so popular that Valve simply could not ignore the player community, making a strong-willed decision to block our users, following the blocking of pro players and all smurfers. If you read the developer's news post, you will find that they did not indicate the number of banned players, but we could share some statistics. This is almost 1/4 of the Dota players online. Dozens or whatever hundreds of thousands of accounts ended up in the landfill. At the same time, some of their information turned out to be small lie. They released this update with blocks ahead of the time. Since the number of accounts amazed them, they understood what awaited them after pressing the coveted button. It's written like an Aesop fable, but okay. They go on to say, these OverPlus developers, if Valve made such a decision regarding our project, then now we will also take some actions regarding their game. Our team's experience is enough to implement many things that we consider illogical and inhumane in relation to developers. What can we do? In general, we understand how Dota works and its algorithms, the most basic thing that can now be useful to all players who will start their journey from scratch. We can make skins visible to everyone. Yes, this technology was invented a long time ago. It works, and we were only limited by our own thoughts. We can completely hide all players from Steam and smurfer detection systems, so you can safely play on multiple accounts and have fun with your friends. Well, they're going to need multiple accounts because their main one has been backbanned, so this is really helpful. The funny thing is, this innovation would have saved all our users without exception, but we diligently followed the Valve rules, not giving any concessions to the smurfers or those who just wanted to play and have fun with friends. We were just visiting. We wanted the best, but we got stabbed in the back. So they could have saved all the users. They just chose not to. They just chose to follow some rules and ignore others. I guess we'll see what happens from there on. So that's where we are in the story. There is apparently still one well-known cheat being actively used by players apparently, but let's hope Valve stomps that one out too. So on a lighter note, Valve and Dota 2 have already hinted at the upcoming release of their next massive game update called Crownfall, which hints at the release of the new hero, the Ringmaster, as well as Arcanas for Vengeful Spirit and Skywrath Mage. I'm going to be looking forward to that. As always, I'll be testing your favorite guys on Twitch and updating them for the millions of players that trust my work. It's not cheating to use guides. In fact, sometimes it could be a detriment when you don't adapt according to the game. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and all that crap that the algorithm likes. Like for some reason pressing a thumbs up button and leaving comments about your opinion. Also, I now have a membership support system on YouTube for my Torte de Lini and Torte de Lini 2 channel. So consider joining that for benefits like emoticons or having your name in one of my popular in-game guides where millions of players will see that you are supporting me, and Big Butt 66 whatever has supported my guides. See you guys next time.